When you think of punk rock destinations, you probably think of Berkeley, California, maybe New York City, maybe London, England. I could go on all day long, but today is not about any of these punk rock cities. Today, I'm talking about a destination not unknown. I'm talking about a destination very well known. This is the most punk rock place in the world. You're going to be going to TikTok.com. Hey everybody, my name is Dan Frampton. How's it going? I'm your friendly neighborhood gatekeeper. And today we're going to go through punk rock TikTok, okay? I found two people in particular that I want to focus on today. These guys will teach you everything that you need to know about punk rock in the year 2023. And I'm so glad I found them. And I'm so happy that I get to be the one to bestow this information onto you. First, let's pull up this post here by our boy Drew X Deficit. I'm sorry. This guy's clearly a straight edge individual. He's got the straight edge little patch going here on this strap here going down in his laminate or whatever. Looking pretty punk rock, okay? Looking pretty elder straight edge if I'm being honest with you. And I think he's going to have a lot to teach us. And I think we're going to take everything that he says super seriously and not find any holes in it whatsoever. So this guy is responding to this question by Jen the Wolf, where she goes, I think I understand the punk sign of the devil thing, but I'd be interested to hear more. The punk sign of the devil thing. Are you talking about the horns? Are you talking about throwing up the horns? The most classic and traditional and iconic hand gesture in all of rock and roll music? Throwing up the horns? The devil thing? No way. Okay. Now, I might have an idea about what the horns are all about, but I might be all wrong about the horns. You might be all wrong about the horns. You know, you might be like, isn't that I love you? Isn't that like a Hawaiian thing where they go like, hey, I love you? No, these are the horns. And I think that Drew is going to teach us everything that we could possibly need to know about tossing some horns.
You have to understand the origins of this hand gesture. It's largely credited to Ronnie James Dio, who was doing this.
Okay, so it's going to be credited to Ronnie James Dio. We're going all the way back to the Dio times. Okay, great, cool. He's got more of like a wolf pack thing going on here, though, it looks like.
Saw his grandmother do it when he was young, and he thought it looked cool.
Oh, Dio's mom came up with the horns? Okay, all right, Drew. So Dio's mom is to be credited with the horns. That's very sick. I love that. That's very wholesome.
Now, in the 80s, metal and punk were seen as at odds with each other.
Okay, this is very important historical context that he's getting to. Thank you so much. We're learning so much here.
And of course, as social awareness started to become a thing in punk, the raised fist became the more common hand gesture.
Social awareness became more common in punk. The raised fist became the thing. So put down those horns. No more devil horns, okay? We're not throwing up horns anymore at punk shows. We're throwing up that fist in solidarity. And yeah, of course, the fist is definitely a thing. But to say that they've gotten rid of the horns, we don't do the horns anymore at punk rock shows. Punks don't do the horns.
So as metal became more and more watered down and oozed its way into the mainstream culture, more and more people started doing this.
Okay, Drew, I think I see where you're going with this here. I think you're saying that the fist is the punk rock version and the horns is the mainstream normie version? Is that what you're saying?
So doing this kind of gets co-opted by your everyday regular Joe who's going to see like, Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam. What a reference. He made this in what? 1993? Was this a TikTok made in 1993? No, this was a TikTok made in 2022. I think you could have pulled a better reference here. Pearl Jam.
So the only people who do this at punk shows are
only people that do this at punk shows. Pay attention, everybody. Do you have your notebooks? Do you have your iPads? Get ready to cite this information in your next essay.
people who still have at least 1 foot in mainstream culture. Which, no hate to those people. Everybody starts somewhere and you decide your own level of involvement.
Man, I can't believe someone's out here being like this unironically gatekeepery, okay? My whole thing is a little bit of a shtick. I think everybody kind of gets that. But this is like the most gatekeepery stuff I've ever heard. And this is mainstream, but there's not that there's anything wrong with that. And I'm not going to throw hate at anybody. Everybody starts at their own level and they work their way up. Like he's some sort of mystic being. Oh, thank you, Lord Drew. Now I know the difference between the horns and the fist. What would I have ever done without this valuable piece of information? Now, I didn't need to go very far to disprove this at all. So what he's saying, okay, is like people that do the horns have 1 foot in mainstream culture and 1 foot in punk rock culture. But if we go over here and find this account, I didn't even need to jump platforms, okay? I just needed to just type in the word punk rock and this came right up. This is a guy named Zombie Punk, okay? Look at him here. He just finished spray painting this anarchy sign on the back of this gentleman's back here. And what do you see him throwing up? What does this look like right here? Does that look like the fist, or is he tossing up the horns? Looks like he's tossing up the horns. And also, do these feet look like they're one's planted in mainstream and one's planted in punk rock? I don't think so, buddy. I think this guy looks like both feet are firmly planted in punk rock. And let's give the guy the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he threw up these horns and he was like, oh my God, I'll never throw up the horns again. I'm so embarrassed. Why did I do horns? Why did I do horns? Everybody knows that punks don't do horns. Should have done fist, should have done fist, should have done fist. Why did I do horns? That's not what happened, because here he is again doing the same thing, more horns. Okay, here he is hanging out with some other guy, more horns. Okay, this guy's all about the horns. This guy's all about the punk rock. Okay, the horns have gone nowhere. Okay, it doesn't matter about Ronnie James Dio. Doesn't matter about Ronnie James Dio's mom or grandma or whatever. Okay, doesn't matter about, you know, taking the horns off the beast of the devil or whatever. No. You're just out there rocking and rolling and having a good time. It doesn't matter what hand gesture you put out there. If that's the one that makes you feel like, yeah, this is the hand gesture for this moment, hell yeah, throw some horns. If you want to throw the fist in solidarity, you throw that fist. But mostly, throwing the fist, in my experience, is when you're getting really impassionate about like a sing-along. You're going like, yeah, you know, it's time to rise to those feet. You know, that kind of thing. And the horns is more like a gesture of like, yes. Like, yeah! But I'm not gatekeeping hand gestures out here. Use whatever hand gesture you want at any time of the day, okay? So I have one more goofball to show you, and Anthony Fantano actually reacted to this guy's music video a little while back. So today when I heard this song, I was like, oh man, I know this from somewhere. And that was the somewhere I know it from. But this guy, his name is TX2. He's trying to kind of be like a punk rock Ronnie Radke, I guess? I don't know, but we can't listen to the song, so let's mute the song here really quick. But we'll go through it. We'll take in the fit. We'll take in all the visuals, and I will do my best to sing this for you. Okay? I'm a 5'4" man whore who slit his wrist. Yet 100,000 kids think that I'm the shit, and all clap more at my expense. This is all a cry for help they will never get. That's it. You don't need to listen to it. I just did a TX2. Everybody's kind of roasting him here in the comments, but I don't care about that. I just went over to his YouTube channel, and his music videos actually do pretty good numbers. Like, that's pretty badass. I would do anything to have these kind of numbers. You know what I mean? That's pretty sick. He might be a 5'4" man whore who slit his wrists, but he's out here putting in that work. Then it all comes unraveling when you go over to the live tab. He goes live basically every second day for 8 minutes. This is the laziest content imaginable just for the sake of putting stuff out there, okay? Fantano criticized the cringe of the music video, and believe me, it is unprecedented levels of cringe out here. But this content strategy is even worse, okay? I have less respect for this content strategy than I have for how bad that music is. So I got to explain a little bit of YouTube stuff, but I'm not going to get too much into it, just very basic stuff. You got to be putting content out pretty much every day or every other day, so the content is always rotating inside of that algorithm. And if not, if you go like 2 or 3 days, even a whole week without posting, you could fall out of people's attention, you could fall out of people's minds, and that means falling out of recommended, that means falling out of next up, you know what I mean? So it really affects your channel. You don't necessarily need to be putting out daily stuff, but you need a level of consistency out here, and that's what this is. This is definitely consistency. Another thing that I gotta mention is you normally want to hit the 8-minute mark with your videos, so then you can monetize them in the middle, get like a mid-roll is what they call it. It's just a way to get more ads in there, and this is basically what he's trying to do in the laziest way possible, okay? He's not doing any editing whatsoever, just like pressing live and being like, okay, I'm live for whatever reason. But that wouldn't be so bad if the lives added any entertainment value whatsoever. I just pulled up 2 at random, okay? And look at this. This is the content that this guy's putting out.
Welcome to my live stream, YouTube. If you don't know who I am, I'm a rock artist by the name of what? TX. I hated how I did that introduction. If you like rock music,
that's rough. Now, normally the reason to go live is you're going live to your audience. You know what I mean? You normally don't go live to reach more people. Sure, you might get more people, but that's not normally what happens with live streams. Live streams is normally a way to engage with the people that are already there. So to come on and be like, hey, you don't know who I am? I'm TX2. And look at this. He's got the lights in the background. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're going through the effort of getting the lights in the background, just flip the screen when you're editing it, but you're not editing it. You're just doing a live, so it's just backwards. And I don't know if you know this, TX2, but one of the reasons why you would do that would be for marketing reasons. So people just watching your content are always getting that branding hitting their face. When you get it backwards like this, it defeats the purpose completely. And we're only 8 seconds in, and he's just like introducing himself. Hey, I'm this guy. I'm a rock artist. I do rock and roll music, guys. Isn't that so cute and quirky?
bands like Green Day, My Chemical Romance, Avenged Sevenfold. You love my music. Those are my influences. I'm trying to bring real punk rock energy into the mainstream.
He's trying to bring real punk rock energy into the mainstream. Oh, dude. Dude. Try to bring real punk rock energy to the punk rock world first, and then grow your brand from there. That's how you do it. You're trying to like bypass the whole ground level thing that like all punk rock is built on. You're going Green Day, Avenged Sevenfold. All these bands started as bands in the actual scene. You're trying to like completely circumvent that and do this whole TikTok thing. This is cringe as fuck, buddy. You got to get out there into the music world if you want to get over in the music world. What is this content strategy? How thick are you? But I mean, your numbers are doing pretty good, so there must be something going on here.
Go live every single day just to talk with people and communicate with you. And because of that, mark my words, one day I'm a tour of the world.
Okay, all right, that's a lot to take in a couple of seconds. He goes live every single day so he can go tour the world one day. Let's just go over to see his schedule over here, his live schedule. 2 days ago, 4 days ago, 6 days ago, 8 days ago. Oh, 9 days ago. Okay, so there's the 2 days back to back that you're talking about. And then from 9 days ago to 13 days ago. You do not do this every single day. You're lying to my face, buddy.
Look up TX2, find my music videos on this channel. If you really like my music and my personality, if you feel connected.
If you really like my music, my personality, and feel connected. Well, you're not really giving me much to feel connected to over here.
It's called the X movement. If you want to be part of the movement, DM me, ask.
Is there really an X movement? Is there really an X movement? Well, okay. How did your live chat do? Your live chat was pretty good. Just mostly people saying hi. Hello, hi. Hello, hi. I finally made it. Hi. Is anyone chatting in your chat? What's going on here? I mean, it is a chat. The chat was moving for the 7 minutes you were live. Buddy, I know people that like their starting soon screen is longer than 7 minutes long. 7-minute streams are nothing. What are you doing? You're pissing on everybody out there in the music world by being like, I don't need to do all that hard work that the music people do. Now you're pissing all over like the content creators being like, I don't need to do editing and like recording videos. And now you're pissing all over the streaming world and being like, oh, I could just stream for 7 minutes every 4 or 5 days because I'm TX2. Doesn't matter that even XQC, who's out there with $100 million deals, okay, is streaming 12 hours a day, every day, non-stop. I don't know when any of these streamers ever sleep, but TX2 just gets to roll in, do it whenever he wants. 3 or 4 minutes here, 4 or 5 minutes there, not really taking into account any of the watch time or any of the real metrics that goes into growing a thing, but he seems to be actually growing, so all my best to him. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe this is just a taste thing, but to me, this is lazy ass content and not worth anybody's time. Oh, he did another live stream. How did he start this one?
Fuck, it's wrong. Alright, well, it's angled wrong. Welcome to my live stream. If you just joined, you're like, who's this fucker? I'll tell you, I'm a rock artist by the name of...
Who joins a live stream within the first 3 seconds of a stream? Literally nobody, unless you're like a big time streamer that has a notification gang. You know what I mean? Who are you? Man, nobody has more like main character syndrome than TX2 over here. So yeah, we learned a lot from TikTok today. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. I need to go wash my brain or something. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell if you're cool as hell. Leave a couple pancakes down below until my next upload. You can watch another upload.